Corporatist, globalist media. Mainstream media and opposition party.
The American people. The American people. The American people.
They're corporatist, globalist media.
The American people.
Mainstream media and opposition
people.
mainstream media.
White people, we won! Yay! So this past election, no matter where you stand politically, you can't deny that this is an affirmation of white people declaring our power over minorities. And we did it by any means necessary, right? I mean, we have a racist, sexist, xenophobic, misogynistic, lying bully in there representing us. But we won! So now there's no reason for us to feel like our power is
threatened or diminishing.
Because we won! We literally beat a woman in the election, and we beat a party that had the needs of minorities as part of its platform. White males have reaffirmed and secured our place at the top of the food chain.
Top of the food chain, as the decision makers, as the center of power.
So now I just have one request. White person to white person.
No more shootings.
I know it can be hard. Sometimes you feel insecure. You worry your power might have to be shared with minorities. You feel like no one understands you. You worry that you don't know how to talk about your feelings. So you got to just go out there and show them all how powerful you are. But we won! There's no more need to enforce our power over minorities through violence.
No more
shootings.
The Presidents of the United States.
How do I explain this to my children? How do I explain this to my children?
Total and complete shutdown of Muslims entering the United States.
How do I explain this to my children?
Sit down. Go back to Univision.
How do I explain this to my children? Don't be a bully. Don't be a bully. Don't be a bully. Don't be a bully. Bully. How do I explain this to my children? How do I explain this to my children? How do I explain this to my children?
Bad high school student would understand.
How do I explain this to my children? Don't be a bigot. Don't be a bigot. Don't be a bigot. Don't be a bigot.
Have to stop people from just pouring into our country. We have no idea where they're from.
How do I explain this to my children?
How do I explain this to my children?
How do I explain this to my children?
Well, when you're president, you get to live in the White House.
Certain people are zeros.
How do I explain this to my children?
Pregnancy certainly an inconvenience for a business.
How do I explain this to my children?
Every 4 years, the American people vote for a new president.
Mexico, they're bringing drugs, they're bringing crime, they're rapists.
How do I explain this to my children?
You could fly anywhere you want. I would fly to Disney World like every day.
You wouldn't have your job if you weren't beautiful. It's very sad.
How do I explain this to my children?
Presidents get to have their faces on cool stuff, like money and mountains. And on Halloween masks.
Look at my African American over here.
How do I explain this to my children?
Racism.
The least racist person. How do I explain this to my children?
We won with poorly educated. I love the poorly educated.
Explain this to my children.
Better future for your children.
What's up? What the fuck? What's up? Hey, bud, let's go. I fucking dare, motherfucker. Come on. We got this. We got this. You got it. Try me, motherfucker.
People in these neighborhoods don't want those type of people moving down here and ruining the property value and destroying the neighborhood. So when things like that happen, it shouldn't be such a shock.
What do you mean by those types of people?
Minorities. African Americans.
Have you noticed that all the trouble in the world right now, what's the one common denominator? Muslim. It's not called Muslim. The correct pronunciation is Muslim.
But the social justice warriors are a bunch of fucking Mizzou, safe space, BLM, butthurt motherfuckers. And they need to have their ass whooped.
You ain't gonna get no fucking job with a mop on your head. How about you cut that off?
Learn the language, learn American culture, right?
You bet I liked it.
Yeah? What'd you like about it?
Knocking the hell out of that big mouth.
I've been mad. I'm one of the angry, voters that they've been discussing for the last year.
Fuck Islam! Fuck them!
There's all black colleges, there's all black churches, and nobody complains. But if whites have all white college, all white church, they're racist.
We kicked your guys' asses out of this fucking country.
And this land is stolen?
Yeah, we made them make a fucking border right there and told them to stay on that side. What the fuck? What the fuck? I fucking try me.
Mexicans that come across the border that rape up here. Yes, that's a truth. Some of them are drug dealers. Do we have drugs coming from Mexico? Yes.
Yeah, that's the whole problem with America. Everything is racism. Everything is racism. Everything is racism. Everything is racism.